this technology thing, this is really new. I mean, before the phone, before the cell phone, there was, I don't know, it's not too far back that was just the cotton gin, right? That was just 100, 150 years ago, something like that. So things are accelerating so quickly. So put your prophet hat on for a little bit here and just go in the future and say, if we've come this far, this fast in the last several decades, what could the future look like for us as people who want to follow Christ?
So I think this is very important. We are so early in this story. We are maybe 100 years in. I mean, when my parents were born, who are in their 70s now, almost none of this technology existed. A few things like the cotton gin, but almost nothing. And it's accelerating. And up till now, what we've mostly been able to shape is the external world. We've been able to, change the way we harvest food, change the way we move, automobiles, motorcycles. But the next frontier of technology is actually our own bodies and what it is to be human. And that is going to accelerate at the same exponential pace that it's already been accelerating. And we're going to be able to intervene in human life. And what are we going to do when we intervene? Well, what's the promise of technology? Easy everywhere. What would it be like to have bodies and human life that's easy? Well, that's going to require getting rid of a bunch of what we see as deficits or things that make it hard to be human. Now that may sound good, like, oh good, and by the way, I'm glad I have glasses, that's technology, makes it easier for me to see. So some of this is actually totally good, that we can remedy some deficits in what it is to be human. But let me tell you the shadow side of this. The nation of Denmark, for 2 years, has not had a child born in the nation of Denmark with Down syndrome. That is not because children haven't been conceived with Down syndrome. It's because we can now diagnose Down syndrome 100% in the womb. And in the nation of Denmark, every child in the womb who was diagnosed with that disorder was terminated before birth. And the newspapers in Denmark, after the first year, celebrated that Denmark was becoming a Down syndrome-free society. Now that's the promise of technology. What's the idea behind that? It's difficult to be a person with Down syndrome. Well, if you've ever met someone with Down syndrome, actually they love life and they love other people.
They do. They actually smile a lot more than those of us who have six-figure salaries and the latest tablet.
They are evidently more satisfied, more relational, more capable of love than typical, neurotypical human beings are. So it's not about the difficulty for that child. It really is about the difficulty for society. So think about this paradox, that something that has brought real difficulty into the life of a family and a community, which these kinds of disorders do bring difficulty, has also been the source of deepest blessing. This is a total violation of the paradigm of technology, which says difficult is bad, easy is good, easy is better, let's make it easy. And our culture, I think, unless we have a real reversal, which could happen, is going to keep going down the road of easy. And Christians are going to have to say, no, we're going to keep going down the road of difficult but good, hard but good, because real life is hard but good. And this is why, in the long run, we are, I think, almost literally going to look different from our neighbors. We will have children in our community, in our Christian communities, and we'll welcome children from others that aren't seen in the wider culture because they're hard to care for or they pose certain extra challenges. But we're also going to be holding on to a kind of blessing and abundance of life that we can see doesn't come with the easy everywhere life. The easy everywhere life is making the West, the modern world, more anxious, more stressed, more suicidal, more depressed. It turns out easy is not better, but that's what technology wants to give you, is easy.